if you don't have a LinkedIn content system, you're probably losing money. I'm going to break down the one that I use that made me 1.4 million organically on LinkedIn, and I'm going to give it to you for free as well. And this is what it looks like. It's built in a software called Notion, and it allows me to plan an entire month of content in about 30 minutes. So you can batch your copy, your visuals, and also your CTAs and have them all in one place, either in a table view or in a calendar view. On top of that, you'll be able to track which formats are performing best and the status of all your posts as well. The best thing about this is I've built a template for every single one of these formats, whether it's video, images, articles, carousels, lives, polls, or simply text posts. And even better news, it works on Notion's free plan, so you can literally duplicate it and you're good to go. Before we get into the technical stuff, I'm just going to show you how I use it very quickly. So when I'm ready to start planning my post, all I do is click this down arrow and I can choose from all these pre-populated templates based on a format. So I'm just going to click, let's go for carousel, and it'll open up in this little side view. Okay, we've got all the information here, so we can change the date. It'll pre-populate with today's date. Let's say I wanted to do something for the 19th. We can choose the format, which will already be pre-populated, and drag any files and stuff like that into, and then we can change the status to either writing, designing or recording, ready to schedule, so it's written and done or fully produced, scheduled or posted. Once we've done that, we can come down here. So we write our caption in here, but we also then have a choice of templated CTAs, and I'm going to show you how to set these up in a second. You could either have a follow me CTA, a lead magnet CTA, or a conversion CTA, trying to get people to download or buy something essentially. When it comes to the carousel itself, I've just based this on 10 slides, but you can fill this out with the hook, second hook, rehook, question, agitate the problem, solution, 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 social proof, a recap, and then a slide CTA or a visual CTA as well. And if you need to make any notes, there is space here. So if we just click here to close this, we can now see we have a carousel post that we are, let's say, writing. We would have all the files, and all you have to do to get a file in there is click, choose a file, and you can drag one in. Let's just put this in, for example. It'll take a little minute to load. You can do the same with the video if need be, and then you'll be able to download the file, or if you have a social media manager or VA, they'll be able to do it too. Once the post is live, you can put the link in here as well. And then if you start getting inbound DMs, or a post really pops off, or you get email signups or downloads or whatever, then you can put the notes in here, and then you'll be able to search for either inbound DMs or impressions, and it will bring up the relevant posts, which means you can recycle them. Super, super important. Now, another cool thing, if you need a reminder, you can come in here and click include time, and then you literally just put the time up at the top. So you might want reminding at 12 a.m. for some weird reason. Hopefully that makes sense from a top level view. We've got the table or we've got the calendar, and we can quite easily move these things around if we'd like to. What I'm going to show you now is how to actually set this up from the ground up so it works specifically for you and your content strategy rather than just mine. So when you download this for free, the link's underneath the video, you're going to be able to duplicate this page, all right? You do have to have a Notion account in order to do this. In the second step here, we just want to click desktop or phone, depending on what you're on. I recommend desktop, install Notion, and start your free account. Once you've signed in, you'll be able to click this duplicate button, and it will install this page into your own Notion software. Once we've duplicated this, all we need to do is follow the instructions here and write our CTAs. Really important that you do this before you start putting content into the calendar itself. So we have 3 different CTAs. You can add in as many as you like, and I'll show you how to do so. But let's just work with this as is for now, okay? What you're seeing here is a red block, and that's what's called a synced block. So if we change this to follow me for posts about development, ignore the spelling mistakes, I'm trying to do this quickly for you, psychology, or development and psychology, that'll do. It's not great, but you get the idea. This CTA will actually show up, as you can see here, in 15 other pages. So if we go back to the client interview, let's say with Alistair, we now have a follow me CTA that says development and psychology. And you'll see if I correct this here and spell it correctly, it's still in that red block, and we come back here and the spelling mistake has been corrected. So this is synced on every single page. So don't edit it without expecting it to impact other pages, but also don't delete it. All right. So the first thing you want to do is replace this text with your first CTA. What do you want people to do? at the top of your funnel. At the middle of your funnel, you want to replace this red text with your lead magnet CTA. So I would say, want to learn how to hit 6 figures on LinkedIn, download my free training, grab it from my featured section or something like that, okay? Or DM me for the link. And that will now be pulled through onto every other page. And what this is going to do is save you loads and loads of time, because you're not going to have to reinvent the wheel with every single post. It will automatically show up, so you can copy and paste it directly into your social planner or into LinkedIn itself. The final one, your conversion CTA. If you want to do this, you can book a call with me, add some sort of urgency there, and then tell them exactly what to do. Nice and simple. Now, before I get into the calendar itself, I have also put together a page which shows you all the dimensions that you need for every single type of post on LinkedIn, okay? Single images, landscape videos, featured posts or featured links, profile picture, carousel, portrait video, etc., etc. Cool. Once that's set up, we're ready to rock and roll. So you can create a new post from here, and let's just say we're going to do a poll. That will come through with today's date. Might just want to change the date to like the 20th, let's say, and then we can write our caption here and put the different options in. We can delete this. It won't do anything if we just delete it without editing it. And we can delete this. Let's say we wanted a CTA of a lead magnet for whatever reason. Okay. Then we've got absolutely everything that we need to paste into LinkedIn. If you've got any files, obviously we drag and drop them or put them in here through clicking choose a file. And that's pretty much how this works. I find the best way though is to do it like this. So if I'm planning a whole month of content, I'll actually lay out, right, I want polls. Let's say I want a poll here. And then let's say I wanted a carousel post. I'll stick that in. And I would just load it with all the different types of posts that I want. So I have an article or a newsletter that goes out every week. We've got a live, maybe a couple of video posts, whatever. All right. And I would start to sprinkle these wherever I wanted them. So let's say we're just going to do the remaining half of July. There we go. Another poll, whatever. Carousel post over here. You get the idea. So what we can then do, if we just want to move this, or we come back a couple of months and we go, oh, that client interview really worked, we can just drag it to wherever we want to go to, or we can click into it and we can change the date here to August or September or whatever you want. But what if you want to change some of the templates that I've set up for you? Well, that's pretty easy. You can click this new button and then hover over. Let's say you're not happy with the text post that I've helped you produce or I've done for you. You can click on these 3 dots here and click edit, and you'll see straight away it says you're editing a template. So bear in mind, you need to be in this view to make everlasting changes to the template. You might want to put in a framework. So it might be like hook, story, CTA, or you can click a slash button here and then type table, and you could potentially just have hook, story, CTA, or whatever it is. I'm going to delete this because I don't want it in there, but you get the idea. If you want to rearrange any of these columns before we get into them, and let's say you wanted the status at the start, all you have to do is literally drag them. Very, very simple. And always remember, you can just come back and click open to get into any of these existing posts whenever you're ready. Let's say you want to change or add in a different format. Let's say you wanted to put in YouTube videos. Well, all you would do is click here and put YouTube, and you then have the option to create YouTube as an option. So you will click that, and then you can change whatever you want. You click on here and you go, oh, actually, this is a YouTube video, or where's the other video? YouTube. There we go. That kind of thing. If you wanted to add in extra columns, so let's say you wanted to track the number of impressions, you will come up to the top right and click this plus sign, which adds a property. And then you've got loads of different types of columns that you can use. So you might just want a checkbox to say that it's been done rather than using my status column. Or you might want to put a URL in, or files, or you might want to select multiple things. Perhaps this is going across multiple channels. I've gone on multi-select. So if I was going to do that, I will put LinkedIn as one, but then I might also want to put YouTube. All right. And that allows us to, rather than just select one thing, we can select 2. So every one, you've got the option. Okay. And without me getting too technical, because in all honesty, you probably don't need it, that's it. All we need to do is just add new pages for the relevant dates. I like to add them ahead of time because a lot of the time I work on which formats I'm going to post on specific days. So I tie a lot of my content to the day itself and to the format rather than having to reinvent the wheel each time. Now, you might do that with objectives, or you might do it with content pillars or topics or something like that. Completely up to you. You can add in the column. Let's, again, just for the sake of it, look at another select column or event type, and then you might go, well, this is going to be a top of funnel or a middle of funnel post, and you can categorize like that too. If you want to delete a column for whatever reason, you just click on this part and you can edit it if you wanted to, but then you can wrap text, you can hide it, you don't need them all available. You can also, if I can find it, just delete property. So if you want this for free, you can go and download it. The link is in the description and in the comments. But before you go, I wanted to just draw your attention to the bottom of the page. All right. There are 3 ways that I can probably help you if you're a coach or a consultant or a service provider who's looking to build their personal brand, cliche I know, but actually generate leads and win clients on LinkedIn using organic content. Then these are 3 ways that I can help you. First and foremost, I run frequent workshops every few weeks to help entrepreneurs level up. So this one is all about how to scale to 6 figures and beyond. They're free. So you can click on that and you can find out when the next one is. Perhaps if you're a bit of a reader, you might want to look at my best-selling book. And as it says here, it outsold Alex Hormozy for all of 7 seconds, but it did. So it's a #1 bestseller in about 4 different categories internationally as well. Or the final option is that I run a program called C2C. Now, I'm not going to talk or pitch you here, but if you'd like to apply to join the program, we have hundreds and hundreds of clients have been through this and changed their lives and their businesses as well. Then you can find out a bit more about how that works and also book a free call with us if you feel it's a good fit. Alternatively, if you just want the roadmap that we use inside C2C, the exact step-by-step roadmap that we give to our clients, then you can watch this video here because I go into a lot more detail and I break down each of the 6 steps that we take our clients through in order to help them reach success. So you've got the 3 options which sit at the bottom underneath the planner, or you can watch this video next. Hope that was helpful. I'll see you soon.